aka Stuntin' Panda, as we were talking about yesterday, your Xbox name.
You call me Geronimo, it's okay.
Geronimo, yeah, man. I brought the projector in, as you can see, because I wanted to show you something that I stumbled upon on Instagram. Let me see if I pull it up here. Have you seen this guy's page, Marvelous Mike? Have you seen this?
I've actually never seen this at all.
When I saw this, actually, I thought about you because it's this dude. He's an artist that he renders like old school like cartoons from the 90s and whatever, and he makes them look realistic, bro. But actually, this guy's making like toy like action figures now.
Okay.
So he started out by making these things on like renders, like on the computer, Photoshop or whatever program he's using, make them look realistic. And now there's a company that makes the toys, so you can actually buy these things. And the funny thing was, you told me that you collect those. What are those things called?
Funko Pops.
Funko Pops, yeah. So this is like a new version.
I'd definitely buy those.
Yeah, dude. I mean, hell yeah.
It all depends on the price, because I know, I don't know about like action figures, but like when it comes to like bongs and stuff, whatever, when it comes to like rigs, those things get like stupid expensive. It gets like to the thousands and stuff like that.
That much?
And I would never even pay that much money for
What's
that.
the most like that you've paid so far?
For like a piece of glass?
Yeah.
Like $100.
$100.
Yeah.
That's still pretty expensive.
I went to Headquarters. Shout out to Headquarters. They got the deals. I went there with $150 and I walked out with a bong. That was amazing. I still have the bong today. It's my best friend. And a grinder that I don't even use because it's too good. Like, it's too good. Like, I don't use it because it's shattered. It demolishes.
You're afraid of breaking it?
No, like it's the grinder. Do you know what a grinder?
Yeah, okay, of course, man.
It just demolishes the marijuana. Like it shreds it to like dust, and it's not good.
That sucks.
It's
man.
good because it grinds it. It's just too good of a grinder. That's what's going on here. So I just don't use it. Like even like one twist,
it just pulverizes. Everything.
It's too good.
But dude, I don't know, man. I was going through these things and these look pretty freaking crazy. That's Homer Simpson.
Is that like an actual like figure, or is that just a computer editing?
Well, see, that at this point it could be any of the two, but he did this at first on the computer. And if you look at some of the older images, like he was getting really realistic renderings from them. So that could be either or. Hell yeah, man. The funny thing is, this looks like an actual person that I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you showed me this, I thought it was like a
like one of my friends, my uncle. It looks like an uncle that I would have. Look, man, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I don't even know how people poke their eyes out like that. I mean, you could tell that that's a...
It's funny that you say that because I was looking at some of them. By the way, this is Nigel Thornberry. Yeah, I know exactly. You ever saw that? Of course, the Wild Thornberries?
I love them.
Dude, if you look at them, their eyes are all like...
poked out.
Yeah, they're like poked out, super
people know
red.
How to do that.
Like this guy looks like he ate like some wild mushroom and he's like tripping out. Dude, it's crazy, man.
I've seen pictures.
Look, Patrick and SpongeBob. You ever seen Dragon Ball Z?
I mean, of course. Yeah.
For real, I've never seen it. That's why.
I haven't like sat down and watched it entirely. There's like 800 episodes. Yeah, but I know exactly.
That looks like that pink guy from Dragon Ball Z, but it's Patrick. I thought it was the pink guy at first. Dude, some of these are crazy,
Patrick,
bro.
Oh, I've seen that picture of Patrick. That one. Like I've seen that
this one.
Yes, I've seen that. Like people have grabbed that picture and made like pictures, like gifs and memes and stuff.
And then this one is Handsome Squidward. Actually, when I saw it, when it reminded me of this song that I heard one time, it was called, let me see, I have it here. It's called Girls Chase Boys. You ever heard of it?
I mean,
dude, this one right here. Hold on.
Here we go. What is this?
It's a music video. Let me see if I can turn up the volume.
How did you hear about this?
Damn, the volume's not working. It's a good song, but look, doesn't that look exactly like him?
Yeah,
it looks like him, man.
That's him, man.
Yeah, it's like the same butt chin, the same jawline.
On YouTube, because I'm always on YouTube, I always like find doppelgangers, and I always like pause and I take a picture. I'm like, this looks just like. I found Lyndon one time.
I found Lyndon too, actually, on this guy's page, bro. I'm gonna show you. I found you and Lyndon, bro.
Oh man.
Look,
it's hard to find someone that looks like me.
No, it's not you. It's this one here.
It's this one right here.
That's you and Lyndon, bro. Look at the other.
I have to be SpongeBob. Like,
that's Lyndon, man. Shout out to Lyndon. And then this is Lyndon Making that money, bro.
Oh my god.
With some coins in the jar.
That's Lyndon for sure. Marvelous Mike. Bro, if this guy really does make stick like action figures, look into that. See this? You'll make a lot of money. Cause like all this stuff is custom. Like that's all custom
of it
piece.
is custom, yeah. Exactly.
And that's why it costs so much money. Like that's why the pieces of glass cost so much.
Would the only thing is when I was going through them though, I didn't find any like of like my favorite, like Johnny Bravo. There's none. That's my favorite cartoon from when I was a kid, Johnny Bravo. But dude, this guy's insane, man. But anyway, enough of that. If you guys want to follow him, that's marvelous _ Mike, 2 E's at the end. He has some really good stuff, so check that out. Also, something else that I wanted to show you. I don't know if you've heard about this, but in Russia, they discovered like some sea monster or something that washed up in the ocean. And at first I thought that was like a rug or a carpet from like one of those cargo cruises. But the guy, I don't know if he said it already, but he's like, oh man, it smells so bad, you know? And they're saying that it's some ancient, like an ancient sea monster.
If you know me, you know I'm all into like conspiracy theories and stuff.
You really are?
But yeah.
Look at that, dude. There's guts.
Okay, that looks completely different from the video. The video looked like a furry thing, and that's why that's why when you said it looked like a rug, I was like, yeah, it does look like a rug. It looked like something that just washed up, something
or fake, like something someone fake did.
But that picture looks like an animal.
Yeah, it looks real. You could see like some guts at the bottom. This right here.
Yeah.
Like it looks like some, I don't know, like the skin pulled back.
My big thing is like we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. So I'd say yes. That is.
Well, hold on. What do you mean by we don't know?
Like we don't know anything about the ocean. Like bro, like what was it like? We're in 2018. I think it was 2012 that we finally announced publicly that giant squid exist. Bro, that was like what, 6 years ago?
That was, I think more. I think it was more. Probably like.
It's like 2010 maybe.
Yeah, because they were
8 years ago. That's nothing. 8 years ago. 8 years ago for hundreds of years as a civilization society, we always called anyone who said giant squid existed crazy, and right now we're like, yep, they're there, and they're like 50 some feet long, maybe even bigger than that. I don't really know, I'm not a scientist, but they're gigantic. Like they're huge, and we just found out about them. And there's even other like whales that we just discovered of. Like God knows what's down there, you know what I mean? Like we're still discovering. Like we know more about the moon. I don't even believe that either. But you don't? We know about the moon than the ocean. Like,
it's true. I always hear the same statistic that we only know like 5% of the ocean has been discovered. I don't even know how true that statistic is. Have you seen that documentary
about the mermaids?
No, I haven't.
It's amazing.
Where is it? On Netflix?
No, it's on like Discovery Channel.
Yeah?
Like Animal Planet. I think it's I think it's Animal Planet. It was like 6 years ago probably when it came out. But like people have come on like debunked it, said it was fake. I mean, but you're always gonna get those people coming out saying that everything's fake or it's real or whatever.
Yeah, whenever something's mainstream, people are gonna go against it. That's just normal. I watched it and
it had me believing. Yeah, man.
In mermaids.
Because you get me, like you really don't know. You get me, like
okay, but like a mermaid is just like a sea creature that once they touch land, they turn into a human, right?
No, like I mean that's mythological and like that aspect.
So that's the fake mermaid. Yeah, what's like, the real mermaid?
They say in the documentary that like some of like society broke off from like monkeys. Like they believe in the evolution aspect. When you think of the mermaid existing, you have to believe in evolution, saying that some humans stayed on land while others stayed on sea, because you could track back to like the cavemen and all those people that like we were even killing fish at that point. Some of us were like on the shore killing fish, and they were saying that some of us stayed and some of us left, and the ones who stayed adapted and just got one with the ocean, learned how to keep their like hold their breath longer, and through time and evolution stayed in the water. And like through like they've tried, I mean like through hieroglyphics, pictures, whatever, like tried to communicate with us, but we've always tried to kill them, so now they're just hiding.
So what you're saying is, if you believe in the theory of evolution, where we evolved through time, then it makes sense to believe in mermaids. That's kind of a point. I mean, good point.
And I believe that like we really like, if we just discovered giant squid and we just discovered a couple different whales like gigantic creatures, who's to say that there isn't a creature down there the size of us that we don't know about?
Yeah, and we've never been to the lowest point of the ocean.
And there's a bunch of different things that like we discover on a day-to-day basis that changed our thoughts of what we thought we knew. It's every day.
So something you said you didn't really believe in the moon landings, which I've heard theories and conspiracies of that.
It's just hard to wrap my head around, man. I mean, when you look at the moon, I love looking at the moon. Like I love looking at the sky. I love all that. I love space. I believe in it. It's just hard for me to believe that we've sent somebody. Like I could say that we've been to space. Yeah, well, we've been to space. But to say that you sent somebody to the moon safely, landed, got back on your ship, and then flew back here safely, like. I don't know. That's way too much for me. Like the moon is, that's something else.
Yeah, man.
Like that's something. You can't just say, yeah, I went to the moon. And on top of that, like the videos that they've came out with on the moon landings, those are fake as hell. Like in my opinion. Like,
why do you say that?
You've never looked into it?
I have looked into it. I've seen
a lot of videos since like the shadowing, the lighting. There's a lot of different aspects to it that like it makes it weird. And I'm like, even like, I mean, I'm big on conspiracies, man. People might like hate me for this.
No, that's fine, dude.
Like,
I feel like people accept conspiracy theories.
I believe
more.
in 9/11. I believe the government was on that. You know what I mean? Like my dad and my uncles all hate me because they think I'm crazy and they're all Trump supporters.
Because you believe that, yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, the government is plotting on everyone.
But going back to the moon, I've seen the videos, and yeah, they do look fake. But at the same time, man, it's like the technology back then, the cameras, they weren't as good as today.
I mean, and okay,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm 50-50 on this. I've never been to the moon myself, so I can't tell you.
I'm with you, man. I mean, this is not an argument. It's just like conversating. But like my thought behind it is, why haven't we even gone back to the moon? If you looked at it, like, I don't know, like, I really don't know because I haven't really done my research, but if somebody can answer this for me, like, we've went to the moon in the 60s or in the late 60s. It was like 69, 68. Yeah. We went maybe one time, two times, and we never went back. Why have we never went back? Especially now that technology has moved so far in advance. Why are we not going back? Why are we not landing there all the time now? Like, why? If we did it once, we could press a routine now. We could do this all the time, but we completely stopped and we don't send nobody to the moon anymore.
Well, if you've ever seen, there's a guy, and I'm actually going to look this up because I don't want to be talking completely random, but there's this article or a video of some guy that worked for NASA, I think it was, saying that we don't have the technology anymore because someone destroyed the technology to be able to go to the moon. So that right there sounds kind of fake. You know, that's like...
Yeah, like, how do you destroy the technology?
Yeah.
Like how do you... Like, only one person knew on how to get there?
Yeah. I'm typing in destroying...
It's like the Coca-Cola recipe.
What's that? That they don't know it?
You don't know that? Like the Coca-Cola recipe is like it's hidden. Like there's only 2 people in the world that know the recipe to Coca-Cola.
You're kidding me. Yeah. How do they make it in factories then?
Like they use a secret ingredient.
So like the only 2 people that know the ingredients, they put it together and they sent it like in a package or something?
I guess. I don't know how it works, but I know for like that's what I've heard, and I've heard it countless times, and what I believe to be fact, and it's Coca-Cola is like a secret formula. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that, man.
Like it's like the secret, like
what are you talking about? Pepsi is basically the same thing as Coca-Cola.
But it's not exactly the same.
It's not. It's
exactly,
not, yeah.
And that's the difference. Yeah, I mean, because Coca-Cola has like a special way of doing it.
Are you a Pepsi or a Coke guy?
I'm not a soda anyone. Like,
you don't drink soda?
I mean, if I have to pick, I'd pick Coke.
Yeah.
Because Coke is just refreshing, but I don't really drink soda unless it has liquor in it.
I like that.
I would drink. I don't drink just liquor by itself. I'd always mix it, whether it's with Coca-Cola or Sprite.
Have you tried tonic water? Like mixing tequila with tonic water?
Isn't that like sparkling water?
It's not. It's. I thought the same thing at first. It kind of tastes a little bit like
It's like ginger ale.
Maybe it tastes kind of like ginger ale a little bit.
Not
by itself.
I'm on the fence on ginger ale because I'll drink it, but I won't go like crazy about it.
It's not something like if they got rid of it today, you wouldn't care.
Like if I'm at the party and like they don't have like and they only have ginger ale, like whatever, I'll make a drink with like ginger ale and rum, whatever. But typically, I'm usually with the Coke.
Well, look. Apparently,
I drink wine. Amazing.
Wine is awesome. I love wine. I used to not like wine, but it just sets better.
Around to it.
Yeah, it just like once you start drinking, it's like almost acquired. Because at the first time you drink, you're like, oh, this is kind of nasty. You know,
I've come around to all of that.
I don't like beer.
I've come around to all of it.
All of it. You just drink whatever.
No.
What about like?
I don't drink tequila. I don't drink tequila because tequila kills me. I don't drink. I mean, I drink vodka if I have to. Preferably, my drink of choice is rum and Coke, or Sailor Jerry and Coke, to be exact.
That's called a Cuba Libre, I think.
Yeah, I used to be a little kid, think I was badass, go to like little quince parties and run to the bar. Like
the Shirley Temple.
And no, I'll be like, hey, I want a Cuba Libre without the Libre. And the ladies would just, like the gentlemen, they'll just look at me like I'm crazy. Like, so you want a Coke and rum without the rum, huh?
That's pretty funny, man.
I thought it was so cool.
I used to do that, but I used to get Shirley Temples, which was just Sprite with like the
cranberry.
It was cherry. It was like the cherry, like cherry liquid, and they would give it to you. And you'd be like sipping on it, like, whoa, I feel pretty high right now drinking this. Like, you didn't even know what to say.
I'm drinking an exotic drink right now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You can't get this in McDonald's.
Exactly. But dude, look, so what I was talking about was this guy. It says he's Robert Frost, instructor and flight controller at NASA. So I'm pretty sure that's the guy. It could be wrong because I didn't read this article.
And there's like another thing. I mean, there's like something I've kind of like debunked personally because it's nothing crazy to me, but like it's factual that we've never in human history taken an actual picture of Earth.
No, it's composite
exactly
images.
It's just like bunch of images all put together, you get me? But I understand the reasoning behind it because Earth is so fucking big.
It's like trying to stand next to a giant mall and take a picture of it. You can't. You have to take a bunch of them and merge them together.
That's why I'm here, you get me? Like, that's one big theory that a lot of people are like, we don't even have a picture of Earth. I'm like, you're right, but like, think about it. And I don't believe that the Earth is flat.
You don't believe? You're not a flat earther?
Right here thinks that the Earth is flat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't hate on that, man.
I don't believe it because
there's no way that I can prove it to you.
My boss proved it to me. He showed me. I swear to God, we were like.
He proved it that it was round.
Yeah, that there's a curvature to the Earth. It was like this way. I swear to God, he put like the stick on the ground. We were like by like the water, and like we just walked away, and like you could see the curvature because like the way that the stick would go down. Like if there was no curvature, the stick wouldn't go down.
Yeah,
but if you're walking away,
it starts to like the bottom starts to disappear.
Yeah, that's what they say. There's curvature in the Earth because it would be impossible if you're walking away and the shit isn't moving down.
Your boy's like he's getting heated, man. He wants to jump in, man.
You could say something
if you want. You could jump on the mic. I gotta get a mic though. but I would like to have you on the show. So next time we can talk about that.
Sense. You know what I mean? Like. I mean,
what if
another thing is
let me be the devil's advocate, but what if it's not completely flat? What if it is curved, but it's just not a sphere? Because you'd still get the same effect that your boss showed you.
Yeah,
right.
He doesn't believe in space either, so it's hard to have a conversation.
Gravity doesn't really exist. Like, can you explain to me like
what's holding us down?
Well, I can't. It's a theory.
What is exactly?
Gravity's a theory. It's not
even scientific law, but like scientific theory is just like, you know, you can prove it if science claims that, you know, they're the end all be all to all answers. Yet you got there's a waiting, there's a wait list, there's a time limit until like they get the answer for you. So like now since you're sitting like, okay, gravity is a theory, but at the same time it's like one of the key cornerstones to our society and the way we live in, yet nobody can explain it.
Damn, that was so eloquently said, man. Jesus.
Yeah, we talked about this, and he like made me like reevaluate my life. I was like, I never thought about these things.
Yeah.
Flying through the universe, you know, at like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
I think it's 17,000 miles per hour is the rotation of the Earth, which is crazy.
And then we're also rotating around the sun. Yet the sun is also rotating around our little solar system, which is also rotating around a galaxy, which is also just flying through empty space.
Yeah.
Yet we don't feel anything because of gravity.
Right.
But if I throw my phone up in the air, I call that like a lack of inertia, a lack of motion. It had motion going up in the air, it lost that, so it can't stay floating, it can't stay stationary.
God, man. I mean, the only argument, because I've read about that why don't we feel all this movement? The only thing I could think of is that you only feel acceleration, meaning if you're in a car going at 400 miles per hour, you're not going to feel that. The same way you don't feel it in a plane. You only feel acceleration, meaning when the plane takes off, you do feel that. So we don't feel any movement because we're not accelerating. Yes.
It's a constant motion.
It's a constant motion. We're not accelerating. So that's why we don't feel that. I'm not that I'm debunking what you're saying. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
That makes sense.
I can't prove any of this stuff.
No, I know,
you know what I'm saying?
It makes sense.
I can only
understand.
regurgitate what I've been told and what I've said and what I believe in.
You're making sense, though. Your logic makes sense.
Well, it's what I believe in. So, of course, I'm going to try to make sense. You know, I'm not going to make sense of things that I don't believe in.
Speaking nonsense.
Now, the whole thing about the Big Bang, I've thought about this 1,000 times. It hurts my head too, man. Like, I don't know what caused all this, but I will tell you this. I don't know what the beginning is, 0.0, but I will tell you this. When, how can I put this? But when, dude, I don't know how to put this. I guess like without making it sound too complicated or too simple, but when a baby is made, right? It starts out as two cells.
Yeah.
They collide, and then millions and billions of cells start being created. The brain starts forming, the lungs, all the organs, the skin, everything starts being forming perfectly. It's almost like a universe in there. Like every person, if you think about it, every person is one universe. No, it's fine. Dude, get closer to the mic, man, because a lot of the stuff that you're saying, it's like it's really interesting, and it's too bad that I don't think we're gonna hear any of this stuff.
But what I just wanted to say is just it sounds like more of like a design in a sense, something like that we can create. You know, there's test tube babies and cosmetic babies where you could like gene split and like choose, oh, I want my baby to have green eyes, I want my baby to have blonde hair and stuff like that. But there's still like a ceiling to it. You can't just, all right, I'm making this baby. Me personally, I wouldn't call myself religious, but I believe in a higher power outside of myself, because there's things physically that humans can't attain, and I feel like we never will be able to attain because there's limitations.
Like, can you tell me some of these things?
Well, personally, I believe that, you know, God is the controller of the entire universe, because if there is a natural design, so the Earth, we haven't found another planet that can sustain life.
Right.
We see all these other planets, but he just said like we don't even have a real picture of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, we could like get pictures of the moon and the sun. It's complicated. So you're saying, you know, like how babies are born, it's like a little universe. It's like that has to be a design. Someone had to be like, all right, if we do it this way every time, life is gonna work. Life is gonna happen. When us as humans, we can create our own life out of nothing, which is basically what life is.
Right.
Which is what, you know, the Big Bang Theory also, you know, states that nothing created something, which is a little iffy.
Yeah.
You know? But it's hard to think that. Exactly.
It is really hard to think that, yeah.
So if you, it's more of like a humbling aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you think like, hey, like I don't have all the answers. Nobody on this earth has all the answers.
Nobody. It's impossible. So I don't think we ever will have the answers.
What is left though? But there's always room for growth and improvement. Like I don't knock science and I don't knock like mathematics, because I feel like they go hand in hand with like spirituality. I wouldn't say religion, because religion is a dogmatic term that forces people to like act a certain way out of fear.
Right. You're saying spirituality. Okay, I get that. Yeah. You're not putting a name to it. You're just saying a certain set of belief that's not guided by anything specific. Like you wouldn't say that you believe in the Bible, for example, right?
I would 100% say that the Bible is the truth. The King James Version of the Bible, the original King James Version, is the 100% facts.
All right. If you can get that mic a little bit closer, but just yeah, you can fix it, because I see here, I don't think I'm picking up everything you're saying, but so I was born and raised Catholic, right? I don't necessarily practice what I've been taught, in the sense that I don't go to church every single Sunday. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't do those things.
Yeah, me either.
I grew up reading one Bible. Mm-hmm. That's the only Bible I ever knew. As I got older, I started reading of other forms of the truth, right? Yeah. But you refer to it as the King James. What is that?
The King James is the original text after it was, I want to say, translated from the original Hebrew and Greek. A lot of people don't know this, but the first king of England, who united the UK, like England, Scotland, and all those European, like, quote-unquote, Anglo-Saxon countries,
yes,
was actually black. You know, King James was actually a black man. And his wife, Queen Elizabeth, was also an African-American woman. So the first Queen Elizabeth and the first King James were actually African-American. And that's why I trust it, because a lot of history has been whitewashed and a lot of history has been rewritten, you know, especially the Bible. So it's like, if you're going to have one truth of the Bible, and if you want to believe that it's the cornerstone of life from the very beginning, why not read? Just because, like, put it this way, a lot of people don't read the King James Version. It's old English. It's hard to read. It takes too long. But that's a lot of
like aspects in life. When you're going to school, like you get a math book or you get a textbook, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, you're going to get it off rip. Some people do, but not everybody's fortunate enough to like be that way. So I believe like, hey, like you got to humble yourself and like take your time and read it, because all the answers are there. Like nothing's new under the sun.
Right.
Like, all this stuff you're showing us, like that's probably been around for like a couple thousand years.
Yeah, who
it's
knows?
Just the technology that we have available to us, it's just more widespread. But I feel like I'm getting like off track a little bit.
No, it's cool. I mean, that's the point of this show, man. Yeah. I mean, I called it the Who Knows podcast because you never know anything. That's what it's really called. Like, you don't know anything. We were on track talking about something and it diverged into this other thing. Like, who really knows what the hell's going on and how's
that's
it?
That's my biggest thing, though. We're all just here figuring it out.
We're all...
Nobody's knows. You know what I mean? Like, nobody... Just, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't idolize anyone.
Yeah.
Because... we're all just people. You know what I mean? When I see celebrities in person, like I treat them like normal ass people. Like I don't even like, oh my god, you're whoever. I'm like, yo, like what's going on? Like how are you? Like what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like I talk to them just like that. I mean, because they're people. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I can't be idolizing people because they're not better than anyone else. They just figured it out in a certain way that worked for them.
Exactly. If you want, get the mic back on you, just so we hear this. Next time I have you on, man, probably next week, we can get into this a little bit deeper if you would want, man. And because that'd be great, dude. You have a lot of cool ideas, things that I had never heard of. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'll bring him here.
Yeah, dude, for sure. And actually, hopefully I can get another mic so we can. I've been trying to do this forever. If you drop more music, at the end we'll do some shout outs and I'll put your stuff, down in the links in the description and everything. Yeah, man, no problem. But Jered, how was it that we got into this whole thing? Like we were talking about the whole flat Earth, right? You were telling me you don't. I think that's when it moved over. But you were telling me that you don't necessarily believe the Earth is flat. You are more believing that it's round.
Yeah. I think it's round because it's hard for me to, like, I'm very visual on a lot of things, and I mean, unless you could, like, physically prove it to me. I do believe in space because it's there. I believe in planets because you could, if you have a telescope, you could legit see planets. They're there. You
can see, like, a light in the sky.
No, they're colors.
Like, yeah, a color, but, red stars are red.
No, but you could tell the difference from Mars and a star. Like, there's a difference from
you can see it glows a little bit.
Like, there's differences in the way they look.
Allegedly, supposedly.
No, I mean, from what I've seen, this is from what I've seen.
Yeah, you can see Mars tonight. If you just stand out there, you can see a more red shape in the sky.
And I've seen the planets because I've used telescopes.
The thing is, like, let me just say this.
Yeah.
So people can fact check this.
Yeah, dude.
So if the Earth is spinning, if the Earth
it's not broken. It's just, who cares? This is good stuff, bro.
If the Earth is like rotating, right?
Yes.
That means, the constellations, how they're the same at night. If you look up the constellations during the day, they're in the same spot.
Right.
It would be different set of stars, correct? But you could look up the Big Dipper right now. It'll be there.
It'll move throughout the year.
It's not on the other side of the world.
Right.
My other big thing is, I'll wake up in the morning, the sun's out, I'll look a little bit over to the right, and the moon's out still. I get what's in Japan.
What do they see? There's
Alaska.
no sun or moon because I see both right now. Yeah.
Alaska has 24 hours of sunlight. Sometimes Moscow, other parts of Russia, 24 hours of sunlight.
Yeah, for many months.
Yes, for just right there, and it's the sun. But we get our regular 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Earth is on a plane,
he's on another level.
If the Earth is on the plane, and let's say the sun is like 3,000 miles away, 3,000 miles wide, and it's rotating like this, that's a feasible, theory.
Right.
But then again, I'm not a scientist.
No,
it's just you have theories.
I don't think any of us are scientists, right?
I'm just trying to like make sense of it. It feels better to me that the Earth would be round, because then if you think about gravity, what direction does gravity move in? If gravity moves in a collective direction to keep everything down, wouldn't people on the bottom of the Earth just fly off into space?
Yeah.
But if gravity moves in a collection, like a spherical motion, then everything would be pushed to the center. So why wouldn't the whole planet would in a sense become flat? Or become square, or just become a black hole.
It depends how much pressure is in the middle. You know what I mean? That's how black holes exist, because it's just so much gravity, it just collapses on itself and becomes a black hole. When a star dies, it becomes a black hole.
But anything can become a black hole. Like this cup, if you're able to condense it into like
nothing.
Right.
You know, it become a black hole.
Yeah, because
what's causing that? You know, it's just like I put it this way. It's just like
nature.
Nature. Yes, but like what put nature there? What put nature in place?
Dude, 100%. I agree with you. What started the whole thing? Yeah. You know, I don't think we'll ever know, because even God. One of the first questions when I started becoming woke, right, in 7th grade, I asked my religion teacher. Like I said, I was
woke in like 2nd grade.
2nd grade?
Not even like 1st grade. I was in Catholic school when I became woke, because I was in Catholic school. I don't mean to cut you off. I was in Catholic school when I learned about other religions, and I was in Immaculate Conception, whatever. It's in like Hialeah. But I was in that school. I was like in 1st grade, and I discovered other religions. I was like, so there's Jewish people, and there's Christian people, and there's Muslim people. I was like,
who's right?
That's exactly what I said. I looked at myself in the mirror at like 8 years old, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, why do I think that this is right? Who's to say that they're right and we're wrong? And
because you gotta look at the aspects of the people behind the religion. If you actually, I don't know if you guys actually read the Bible or read the Quran.
I never read the Bible from cover to cover, but I read pieces of it, you know. Yeah. And to me, it was more like an old story. It didn't make sense to me. Yeah, it was more kind of like, you know, listening to parables.
Okay, so if you open up a book and start reading it from the middle, are you going to understand it?
No, of course not. And that's how we are right now, if you think about it. This life that we're in the middle of it.
And it's like when teachers teach in school and they're opening up, okay, we're starting on chapter 72, but like last week you're on chapter 7. You know, it's a little weird. You know, I read the Bible cover to cover. You know, I wake up, I was in Genesis, and I'm in Colossians, you know, I'm in the New Testament, all this stuff, and it ties together. You know, you can't be, I wouldn't say you guys are outsiders, but it's like, I wouldn't try to speak on this stuff, this technological stuff, and be like, hey, I think you got this set up wrong. I have no idea. I'm like technologically savvy. I could probably put this together, but the ins and outs of it would take some time to actually understand, and you have to want to understand. There has to be a need there. Some people live their life like thinking they got it, think they know, and when they actually know nothing. You know, it's like when people say like, oh, like what religion is right, what religion is wrong. Like, what is right and what is wrong? Some religions do things that hurt others in the name of their own God or in the name of their own peace. Yet the Bible is a book of peace. Like, yes, there's killing, yes, there's dying, but death is inevitable. And there's a right way to do things, and things are wrong, then there has to be a sense of respect. You know, I feel like nobody respects anybody nowadays, but at the same time, everybody wants to be offended. So it's like you can't want to be offended and want respect at the same time.
Yeah, 100%. It's really true what you're saying, man. It's especially nowadays, everybody is just so concerned with what bothers me. Yeah. Every time someone said, like even me, sometimes I'm watching a YouTube video and someone will say something and I'll be like, oh my God, he shouldn't have said that. Even the stuff we're talking about, someone's getting offended right now. Probably not right now because I have so little views and things. But even someone like you said, your parents, your family, someone's probably watching and saying, what the hell? These people are crazy.
People need to mind their business.
People need to mind their business. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's not called for, because it's if everybody minded their own business, then that's a sense of nobody cares. If someone's in your business, you can say that they care, but it has to be from the perspective of they're looking at it.
I mean,
the thing is, look, man, there's such a gray line with everything, because I can go and live my day today as myself. I can help other people. Let's say I go and I buy a bag of McDonald's and I give it to a homeless man. I'm doing something good in my eyes, man. I'm feeding this guy. One person's going to get offended because I'm buying McDonald's for this person and McDonald's is not healthy and I'm actually killing this guy even quicker. A cop is looking at me saying, hey, you can't feed the homeless people because that's going to make other people want to feed more homeless people. There's going to be more homeless people. People are just going to get offended by the simplest thing that I did. This was a bad example. But that's the thing. That's why there's a gray area in life. And no matter... I hate to say this, man.
It's like when people do good, there will always be that opposition, no matter what. If you're truly doing good from the heart, empathetic people will see that. And if people, depending on how empathetic you are, like some people just brush it off and be like, okay, that's nice, but other people might take offense to it because they don't necessarily understand why people do things or certain things. It's a lack of knowledge of self. You know, because we're all human, we're all one. Why don't we all collectively move toward a one positive direction?
Yeah.
But other people want to do their things.
The thing is that like, what's positive?
You could feel positivity. You could. See
but I feel like every positive is different for everyone.
No,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if
I am wronging you, if I'm stopping your progress, if I'm stopping you from living your life, that's negativity.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm aiding you, even in the smallest matter, just saying good morning to you every day, that's positive. If a collective group of people feel a certain way, like if you could troubleshoot the problem, because if there was no conscious like understanding of right and wrong, we'd all be living in chaos.
Yeah.
My big thing is like we have our Bill of Rights, we have our laws that are all derivative from the Bible. If you think about it, where do we get our freedom and our like rights to do whatever we want in this country? You know, and it's all from the Bible. You know, nobody woke up one day and just started making up laws that everybody else is just gonna be like, hey, I'm on board with that.